judged. You're going to condemn them. You're going to tell them you're crazy. Here
Yeah.
in the US, if somebody tells you that they're suicidal, a lot of people will pick up the phone, call the police. That person is automatically arrested, and
Really?
they are arrested, and it's called being 96. You are locked away in a psychiatric unit for 96 hours for your own protection. They can extend that if the courts deem necessary. That's why a lot of people, they don't want to say anything. They don't want to be, you know,
Yeah, and it's also against many religions.
it is
But
exactly.
then, and so then you are a sinner because
Mhm.
you've had these thoughts, and then you don't want to talk about being a sinner because you don't want to be a sinner, and your whole identity is around being this like good person, and then you don't feel like you're a good person because you've had
Yeah.
some thoughts that come into your head, like your thoughts aren't who
And
you
it's a vicious
are.
cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's so I was looking at a couple of figures before we started the call. This is a BBC article, and it says tragically suicide is not as rare as one might think. In 2016, the World Health Organization even estimated 793,000 suicide deaths worldwide. Most were men. But in the UK, it says the male suicide rate is its lowest since 1981, with 15.5 deaths per 100,000 people. And we're all about to head into winter with massive energy costs, with massive food costs, fuel costs, and I just I'm worried I'm being over dramatic. I'm reading a book at the moment called Factfulness, which is this Swedish data scientist, and it's 10 reasons why we should be happier about the world than we are led to think. Because the media narrative, and it says, I'm in the point now where it goes, look, reporters and journalists aren't trying to give you well, certain parts of the media are trying to give you a deliberately skewed perspective, but as a rule, people aren't trying to do this. It's just that their specialism or their interest means they look at one thing, whereas we've all said that it's a multitude of things that are affecting people. So then I did a search for top suicides by country, and so the first one is Lesotho, 72.4. Then Guyana, Eswatini, South Korea, Kiribati, Micronesia, Lithuania, Suriname, Russia, and South Africa as the highest countries. So not even any of the I'm going to sound ignorant now, but none of the known countries. Literally don't recognise half of them, and I'm relatively intelligent. So, how worried, Alistair, are you as a man? So, between 45 and 50 is when most men kill themselves. It's the biggest single cause of death of 45-year-old men is suicide. May I ask how young you are, Alistair?
38.
38. So you got that to look forward to then. Um, Someone who is having these thoughts, how can, because we're gonna when we post these out, we'll put everyone's names and tag us all